Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. It's your boy Samaik. Welcome to Cyber English. Yeah, we are talking about a useful topic depending on who you are. You understand? I'm talking about surrogacy, and egg freezing. Who is the owner of the baby once everything is done? Now, this is important. This is funny. A lot of you might say, many of you that have gone through my channel might say that my topics is random. It's not random. Do you understand? My channel, like the first videos I did, you will notice with my intro, you know that my channel is based on technology, educational, and innovation. That is my three major aim for this channel. Do you understand? So now let's go back to the topic, surrogacy. Now a lot of you might not even know what surrogacy is. Well, let me just define it a little bit. Just stay tuned after this little short break. Yeah, I'm back. I needed to reduce the blind folds. There's two lights coming in. Well, it's sunny, sharp. So now let's go back to the topic. Sorry, I was off topic. So what is surrogacy? In a simple layman's term, surrogacy is when someone helps another person to give birth. Do you understand? That is a surrogate. Understand? Now, what is surrogacy? So, surrogacy is a reproductive arrangement between a surrogate, which is the person that will carry the baby, and someone else. Do you understand? Now, there are two forms of surrogacy or two types of surrogacy: traditional and gestational. Traditional is whereby the surrogate, the person that will carry the baby, uses her own eggs. Do you understand? And it can be fertilized by maybe the other party's husband or spouse, anybody, boyfriend, anybody, depending on her choice. It might not even be the husband. It might be anybody she picks. That is her choice. Do you understand? Maybe based on gene. Sorry, I needed to close the blind again because it's too whitish. So now, where was I? Yeah, the surrogates, the traditional way, the woman that will give birth, which is surrogate, to use her own eggs and the sperm might be donated or from someone, the donor, the other party accepts, maybe based on gene. Don't understand? Why gestational is when she uses her own egg. The person that wants the baby, let's just say party A and party B, for clarity. Party A is the person that wants the baby, and party B is the person that will give birth to the baby. Do you understand? So party A uses her own eggs maybe they'll extract the eggs, they'll use a sperm or semen from for maybe a husband or someone else. After they are inseminated, then they will now transfer it to the surrogate. Do you understand? Now, legally, there are two people now. There is birth parents and genetic parents in this case. Now, in the other one, in the first, it's the traditional type, surrogacy. The other one, she's the birth parents and genetic parents. Why the other one, she's the birth parents and the party A is the genetic parents and party B is the birth parent. Do you understand? Now, legally, who has the baby? It depends on the country and depends on the agreement. Do you understand? If you don't have an agreement, a legal agreement with anybody, if party A don't have a legal agreement with party B, the owner of the baby is party B, especially in traditional surrogacy. But for you, I'll argue, do your research. As far as it's party A don't have legal agreement with party B. In traditional surrogacy, party B is a legal owner of the baby. Now, in party B, in gestational surrogacy, now also applies with the first one. Who legally in some country, the birth parents is the baby, is the owner of the baby until court decides that party A is the parents. So now, before you go into this transaction, because I call it transaction, because most times they pay them. Anything that brings two parties together is transaction, whether there's monetary value or not, is transaction. Now, before you go into this transaction, may first check your country's rule on surrogacy. Some countries might even be illegal. There's possibility that surrogacy might even be illegal in some countries. Do you understand? So check if there's a law of surrogacy in your country, and make sure there's an agreement between party A and party B. Do you understand? Some country might say, okay, there will not be 50-50 custody. If you don't know it now, that the birth parents and genetic parents will have 50-50 custody of the baby, or 70-30, depending on the agreement or your lawyers. Yeah, do you understand? So make sure there's an agreement. There's a legal agreement between two of you. Do you understand? Now let's go to egg freezing. Egg freezing is when an egg is extracted, frozen with nitrogen, is it nitrogen or nitrogen or something like that? It's frozen, and maybe after a while, when it's needed, it will now be extracted, defrosted, fertilized, then they insert it via IVF to the person who needs it. It might be back to the person who produced it, or to be the person might do it as a donor to someone else, maybe. Sorry, this method. Do you know the funny part? When an egg is frozen, it can even stay for years, 100 years. Understand? It's very funny. But is there side effect? That one I don't know, because I have not tried it before. There might be a side effect, there might not be a side effect, so depending. Now, legally, who has the baby? Depending on who they put it in. You understand? If someone donates an egg, understand, that she will use later, and the hospital mistakenly uses it for another person without her knowing, they may argue it in court. The court might even give the child to the person, to the woman who has it, to the woman who owns the egg. Do you understand? Unless, when this scenario can play is when it was done as a donor. She was a donor. She donated her eggs, because they do it. Even in this country, they do it. You can donate your egg to people that needs it. When you donate your egg, it's no longer yours. Even if the baby comes out as the president of the United States of America, you don't have any legal right to it. Do you understand? And also, even if you're accepting a donated egg, please always have it in contract, because in every law, there's always a loophole. To understand? So make sure you have it in a written contract, legal written contract, that you accepted this egg from somebody, from maybe egg. I don't know if they call it egg bank or what. I don't know. There's a sperm bank. I don't know if they have egg bank. Do you understand? Now, I know this is not even part of the topic, but let me talk about sperm banks. That is funny. Do you know in America, if you donate a sperm, if you donate a sperm to a sperm bank and someone uses it, do you know that yeah, you will pay child support for the baby? So be careful when you're donating your sperm. Do you understand? If you're donating your semen, yeah, I think that you're collecting money legally. You're in charge of that baby once the baby is given. You can fight it in court, but I don't know if I've not really gone through, because this topic just came out because I was talking about if there is egg bank, and I now noticed that I now know that, since I'm talking about all this, let me just talk about the sperm bank of it. So if you are donating your sperm, your semen, be careful because illegally the baby is yours. Do you understand? Especially when she's a single mom. She's not married. Maybe all these ladies that couldn't marry on time or something like that, and they just needed, or people that don't want to get married. You understand? Legally, she's your baby. The baby is yours. Do you know what I talked about? I said that I've seen a court case. I watched a court case online where two lesbians got an egg, got a sperm from someone. One of them got pregnant. Do you know that they sued that guy for child support and they won the case? So it's funny. This our legal system. Hello. I don't know, something. This thing is cut off. So I think my camera has timer. After 3 minutes, if I don't touch it, it will freeze. So that's what happened. So be careful when you're donating eggs, when you're donating sperm, or when you're doing this surrogacy stuff, because people would like to drag you down. My advice is to you, or my conclusion to you is always have a legal backup, whether you are donating or you are receiving. Do you understand? Always have a legal backup. Surrogacy is good. It helps people. It has its own advantage. Is there even disadvantage? I'm not sure if there's a disadvantage in surrogacy. Just that the only disadvantage is that it's before the surrogacy that you can't give birth. That's just the bad thing, that my body can't produce kids. Do you understand? That is only the dark side, the bad side. But it doesn't consign surrogacy. Do you understand? To me, surrogacy helps. It helps people. Do you understand? Only the bad side is that just the legal process, when someone starts fighting for the baby or something like that. That's only the bad side of the bad side of it. Egg freezing. Is there negative side? No. For me, for now, I'm not sure. But I don't know if there will be a Down syndrome when the baby will be later. Because eggs are just like a house. You understand? If your house is crooked, if your house is damaged, if your house have leaks, it will affect you, your property. The property is the sperm inside, the baby inside. So I don't know if there will be a side effect. Now the sun goes down. That is crazy. I have to bring out the blind again. Sorry. So I don't know if there's a side effect to it. So I'm coming on the lights. I lost my remote, so I have to switch it on and off. So I don't know if there's a side effect apart from for the baby, but egg freezing, I won't recommend it, I won't recommend it, but if it works for you, it works for you. I can't tell you yes or no. Sperm donation, it helps people. The side effect is that you can become someone's father without knowing that you are someone's father. Don't understand. So, that is the end of my topic for now, guys. Till next time, they'll still be bringing more topics. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to help the channel. Thank you. Peace and love. Love you guys.